speak to Aaron Mate, who is a journalist with the Grayzone. It's an independent news website that produces investigative journalism on politics and empire, according to your website. Aaron, that's what you do. Listen, I just really appreciate your time. I just wanted to tap into your area of expertise and what Grayzone does. Have you guys seen any evidence that Israeli soldiers are given instructions to shoot civilians in Gaza?
Well, I don't have access to the Israeli orders, but if you listen to the genocidal rhetoric coming from the top of the Israeli leadership, it's pretty clear that soldiers are given impunity to carry out atrocities. I mean, we've seen that in action with all the horrors such as what we're seeing today. There's never any punishment, and you have top officials talking about how all people in Gaza are Hamas, and therefore they all deserve to suffer and even to die. The defense minister talked about cutting off all of Gaza from all the basics: electricity, water, fuel, food. So I don't know what the explicit orders are, but from the top, the signal is clear that Israel has a green light to kill Palestinian civilians with impunity. And the latest example was the Flower massacre today.
And in terms of how Israel is targeting what it believes Hamas members and the weapons that it's using, there's a gentleman at the U.S. Department of Defense. His name is Mark Garlasco. He's been on social media in a personal capacity saying that compared to when we, the United States, led a coalition in the early 2000s to depose Saddam Hussein in Iraq, we didn't come anywhere close to even relatively and percentage-wise killing that many civilians in Iraq because we picked the right weapons. He doesn't believe that Israel is. He believes, I think, what many Palestinians are saying is that if there's one Hamas member in a building, Israel is inclined to attack the entire structure.
Yes, I think it's even worse than that. Other historians have said that the destruction that Israel has unleashed in Gaza surpasses even what the Allies did to some cities in Germany during the Second World War, when you compare the scale. And it's worse, I think, even than targeting one Hamas member, even if it kills civilians. I just think sometimes Israel is killing civilians without any regard to whether there's a alleged Hamas member there or not. As we saw today, shooting at desperate people who are lining up to get flour because they are trying to feed their starving families, lining up early in the morning. This is a genocidal, out of control state with given full impunity by the U.S.
That's exactly was going to be my next question, Aaron. Are you surprised at how little influence Joe Biden appears to be having on Benjamin Netanyahu?
I think Joe Biden has put no pressure on Benjamin Netanyahu. There are leaks from the administration pretending as if they're trying to pressure Netanyahu, but actions speak louder than words. And what have the U.S. actions been? They vetoed multiple resolutions at the UN Security Council calling for a ceasefire. They've expedited weapons deliveries to Israel, bypassing even congressional review. Every time there's an Israeli massacre, such as what we saw today, they call for, at best, an investigation. They don't even offer a condemnation of an atrocity, this mass killing of civilians. So when it comes to actions, Biden's influence on Netanyahu has been to give him a green light.
Will it be any different if the presidency changes hands?
Well, certainly Donald Trump, his record was extremely anti-Palestinian. He moved the U.S. embassy to Jerusalem. He recognized Israel's theft of the Syrian Golan Heights. I believe he largely did so at the behest of one donor, Sheldon Adelson. So no, I don't expect a different policy from Trump, but I would expect Democrats to act differently. If Donald Trump was carrying out the same policies that Joe Biden is carrying out, would so many Democrats be in lockstep behind Donald Trump's policies? Some of them would, because of the influence of the anti-Palestinian pro-Israel government lobby in Washington. But I don't believe that as many Democrats as we're seeing today sitting idle would be idle if Donald Trump was carrying out the same policies. So that would be the major difference.
Aaron Mate, really appreciate the time. Thank you so much indeed.
Thank you.